So you would think most smart Canadian politicians would understand right now that appearing to lobby Donald Trump to help you in your election would be a bad idea. Well, Danielle Smith, the premier of Alberta, decided that she was going to go on Breitbart News and brag how she's been lobbying the Trump administration to pause tariffs because it'll help the conservative candidate for prime minister. And if you could do me a big favor, TikTok basically crushed the last video, so do some engagement. So what did Danielle Smith say? Well, she said, before the tariff war, I would say yes. I mean, Pierre Poilievre is the name of the Conservative Party leader, and he was miles ahead of Justin Trudeau. But because of what we see as unjust and unfair tariffs, it's actually caused an increase in the support for the Liberals. And she isn't wrong, they're in Liz Truss freefall levels of bad polling numbers. I mean, look at that, it literally looks like a cliff. And that's what I fear, is that the longer that this goes on, politicians' posture, it seems to be benefiting the Liberals right now. So I would hope that we could just put things on pause, is what I've told the administration officials. Let's just put things on pause so that we can get through an election. Let's have the best person at the table make the argument for how they would deal with it. And I think that's Pierre Poilievre. So there is a lot there. First, she is talking to Breitbart News. You might know them as the extremely far-right news network that was once run by Steve Bannon, one of Trump's chief strategists. It's also important to understand that she said pause the tariffs, not end the tariffs that would actually help Canadians, but she said pause tariffs specifically because the tariffs are helping her political opponents, the Liberal Party, and that by pausing the tariffs, it would help the person, Pierre, who she wants to become prime minister, win. Later in that interview, she also says Pierre would be much more in sync with Donald Trump's vision for America, the new America that he's building. And in case you're wondering, that is, of course, her at Mar-a-Lago this past January. Pierre, when he has been directly asked to comment on this and the fact that a senior politician is asking for foreign interference from the Trump administration to help him win the election, has completely punted and denied every aspect of it. And the premier's office in Alberta as well has said, there is no direct interference being asked for, even though we have her literally on audio in a public interview where she's saying, guess what? I have lobbied the Trump administration to help Pierre Poilievre. And keep in mind, this is all coming after Smith is spending weeks and weeks threatening soft Alberta secession because she's upset that there are environmental protections and that they might want to levy a tax on oil and gas for a possible pipeline built across the country. Smith's traitorous actions once again remind us that MAGA is not just bound to the US. This is an international networked far-right movement where they're actively and always working together to try to get each other more power and elected. This is the global MAGA movement, and Danielle Smith and Pierre are signed up to it.